Okay.
I'm ready, sir.
Now, welcome to the last third session of today that says we would like to look at the ECD course objectives, because previously in the last two sessions we have discussed much on the national objectives on Saturday, and then today earlier lesson we discussed on the ECD general objectives. Now, this session will be looking at a combination. Remember, the ECD and the national are the ones, are the objectives that form why we should learn this course. So it means that the objectives of the course is a combination of the national objectives and the ECD general objectives. You get the idea? Yes. Yeah. This time,
Foundation is a very difficult topic, sir. A few of my colleagues have also failed in this topic.
Yeah, it is only that it needs a good understanding as to why, what brings what, or why is this idea reasonable or logical. So believing that they'll be able to join, if you can talk to them, they can be able to join the next sessions. I think they are able to learn together with us. So this last session of the ECD course objective, I would like it to be an interaction, a discussion between me and you. You read and explain what you think it means, and then I add you what you have missed out. I think this will be very much informative than when we go one way, I am the one saying everything. Okay.
Okay.
So I will read for you.
Disturbance here, sir.
Yes.
Okay, just a minute, sir. Okay, fine. All right.
Okay, so I will read for you and then you explain what you understand. So I'll read the whole of number one. Okay. Which says, number one is acquire and apply knowledge, skills, and attitude to develop. The first session says relevant ECDE programs. Okay. Kindly explain that.
Okay, acquire, apply knowledge, skills, and attitudes to develop relevant ECD programs. Is it to do with all the subjects learned in the school, in the class? ECD program is everything that you learn in your early childhood development until you reach primary.
Yes, that is very perfect. And you can still extend and say the relevant ECD program, like are apart from learning again, they are the, for example, feeding program. Remember, children have to eat maybe during when they are hungry during lunchtime. Remember again, we have other things like co-curricular activities. They have to play. That is a relevant ECD program. They have to swim. They have to go for trips. They have to do anything related. That's why the word relevant is very important. Relevant means something that has meaning in the ECD program. You get the point? You get the idea?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, to socialize also. They learn to socialize with their colleagues while they are learning, right, sir?
Yes, remember they come to school, they cannot speak very well. They are still saying ma, ba, da, but now with the time they start speaking very complete words and sensible sentences. So this is it. The second one, child exploration skills. I'm reading the second one. Child exploration skills, creativity, self-expression, and discovery. Number one, remember it was saying acquire and apply knowledge, skills, and attitude to develop. Then the second bit says child exploration skills, creativity, self-exploration, and discovery. What does that mean?
Exploration skills is maybe you are as a teacher, you certain activities you take them to on a nature walk, all right, you take them out. Creativity has to do with a lot of art and craft creativity. I don't know, that's what I'm telling. As a teacher, I've been teaching, but I don't know, my understanding and exploration skills is let the child explore. I don't know, self expression. Yeah, that is through storytelling and drama, how they express themselves, make them talk, what they understand, what they have read, how they behave, what they are learning, and discovery means they learn to discover. You give them some materials, you give them how they learn to play, how they learn to do maths, how they learn to do science. Exploration means explore. You give them activities, they explore. How? I'm sorry. That's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
Offhand, I cannot express myself.
Yes, it's okay. And you're right, because when you talk about the exploration skills, this means that whatever they know, children, they are born with the ability to learn curiously. And in this case, if you allow them to use their natural ability to try out and see, that's why they'll take toys and dismantle them and start bringing them back. That's why they will start even tearing books apart, thinking that when they tear apart, they can still bring the papers back. So that is what we mean by exploration. Look at the creativity bit of it. This is why we tell children majority of their work is color, mold, trace, shade. This is the creativity part of it. And they can easily bring out new ideas of their age. Remember, they can only learn from the teacher. But if they are given an opportunity to try out for themselves, they advance from learning from the teacher and developing exploration skills. That is when the child can learn by themselves. They can continue where the teacher did not reach. They can try out the ideas the teacher did not explain. The other one which says self-expression, that's why they can talk, they can cry if they are not happy, they can smile. There is that level of a child where you cannot know if they are happy or not because they even cry when they are happy. But now with the time, as they get the best of self-expression skills, that's why they will even say thumb up, meaning that, oh, they have just learned something, maybe like, or maybe happy, and they use even the vocabulary that they are very, sometimes they even learn what? They learn science. They learn, apart from science, they also learn maybe symbols that they can also use. Discovery. Um, Children, again, I believe that if they are given the exploration part of trial, they easily again discover to their age, for example. That's why when we are teaching, we ensure that we are thematically planning our work. If we are teaching today language and saying language to write number 1, mathematics, we will write symbol 1. In creative, we will draw 2 balls or 1 ball, one single ball. In psychomotor, we will jump only once. You see, this is trying to ensure that they discover the interrelation between these different topics or units they learn in school. I'm going to read the third bit of number 1, which says, acquire and apply knowledge, skills, and attitude to develop individual child's potential. What does that mean? What does it mean when you say develop individual child's potential?
Sorry, is it acquire, adapt, and apply technology? No, where is it? Individual child's potential.
Yes, individual child's potential.
Yeah, that is where every child is an individual. He or she has their own, we can only take it out from the child when we put it on them. Like, for example, how they are, everyone has their own potential. You cannot, it's a teacher's duty to remove it from them, to take it out from them, what they are capable of doing. And some may be slow, some may be very fast, and but they can all achieve that goal. They can all achieve that potential. They I'm sorry, I'm very not very good at expressing, but
Yes.
they have their own potential and they can achieve, and we are the ones who can make them achieve that.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if
So
I'm right.
you are very right. And the good thing with the NEC or maybe national exams, they test what you know. They bring what you know onto paper. That is why it is very important
Yeah.
when we are learning, you talk yourself. It comes from yourself, your own understanding. And that is the way you express even in exam. When it comes, answer what you know, and that is it. It is not like primary where an answer is a must to be option A or option B. That is why there is no multiple choices. Whatever you know is right. The important bit of it is to know how to explain the what comes in your mind. Not even to cram, not even to put very hard knowledge in your mind. It is truly that if you would like to get the tips to pass exam in next exams, kindly express what comes in your mind very well. That paper you have understood, you have passed that question. Okay.
That's what
Um,
our tutors told us. Don't select the book, write your own words. So that's what the examiner wants to know.
yeah.
Don't copy from the book. Yeah, that's what they told us.
Yes. Okay. So the last bit of number one says child sense of citizenship and positive social interaction. What do you understand by that?
Citizenship means to know that they are Kenyans, all right, and they
Yes.
belong to Kenya, and okay, they are citizens of Kenya,
Yes.
and they should honor and respect their country, all
Yeah.
right, and the individuals living in that society.
Yeah.
Everyone is, because we have got what kind of a society we call it. It's an international community we have here. There are so many. There are not just one type of community here. And
Yes.
positive social interaction, they should learn to mix with other children, other societies, other cultures, and interact with them, and learn to accept them, learn to accept those other societies. And despite the language barrier, I'm sure, because as you say, English is one language, so learn to interact and learn to mix, not just say, oh, I'm a Muslim, I shall just interact with Muslims, I shall not go to Hindus or a Christian. No, they must learn to interact with each and every member of the society.
Yes, thank you very much. Absolutely right. And the sense of nationalism and citizenship should be given to them by ensuring that they understand things like the flag. They understand we have people like the government. They understand we have institutions that serve every Kenyan. We have like the national anthem. They should know such identities, and that will give them the understanding of what we mean by citizenship being a Kenyan. Number two, create, I'm reading number two, create
Yeah.
activities that foster positive social interaction. As an ECD
Okay.
course objective, that one of the objectives, number two, is to create activities that
Yeah.
foster positive social interaction. What does that mean?
Activities, according to me, is like drama, music festivals, activities, or any other activities in the classroom or outside, or taking them for trips, so that to the neighboring areas, so that They learn to interact, okay? Learn
Yes.
to make friends. I think that's what is coming to my mind, sir.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes. So when we talk about the social interaction and the activities, some of them can be indoors, some of them can be outdoor, some of them can be by the within their age, maybe group interaction. That is, maybe they are having the same game, or maybe they are cutting papers, or they are scribbling, they are even dribbling balls, they are throwing and catching. So you see, that is when they are playing, they will be interacting, they'll be talking, they'll be sharing, they'll be getting used to each other. And this is what makes them to foster the positive interaction socially. We can also have an outdoor or outside the school, or even beyond, maybe through trips, the way you have said, through games with other schools, through even maybe symposiums, things like those ones, competitions. That one will also give them a positive view of themselves. Number three, I'm reading number three: acquire, adapt, and apply technology in teaching and learning activities. Try on that.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah. Apply, adapt, and acquire it. Learn how to, no, they have tablets also. Okay, we don't have in our school, but they should learn to acquire, adapt, and apply technology in teaching and learning to to find out. I mean, how can they Google? How they can learn more about it by in teaching and learning. Like the teachers also teach them. Like we have to do a certain activity, we take them to the computer room, and then we expand their knowledge in how, example, it's plants. So you don't want to teach them about plants, we show them about various kinds of plants, animals, wild animals, and their habitat. All right. So
Yes.
that's, I think, how they use it in their learning activities. And also they can go home and their parents tell them, like I tell my children, tell your parents to Google for you, and then come back and tell me what you saw, what your parents found out in that thing.
Yes, thank you very much. When we talk about acquire means getting it from somewhere. So they should be able to get technology, the privileges of technology. And I would like to use the simple one. For example, even if they do not have tablets or computers, but in a way, they are able to access internet. Are they able to use dictionaries in the internet? Are you, if they want to learn about plants, are they able to search for those photos? It's not a must all the time the parents get the expenses of paying for trips, going everywhere. It's expensive, but it can be easily adaptable, or maybe it can be afforded by every parent if they can access internet. And this one gives them a better position to actually adapt technology. When we talk about adapt technology, look at it. The
Yes.
traditional way is you sit in class, you travel, you go to college, you sit down, and you learn when you are seeing a physical teacher. But now you have adapted. Is the other day you were saying like, I'm not used very well to Zoom, but now you have adapted it. And this is what we mean by getting used to the changes. And by now you are able to learn even in the comfort of your home. And that is the goal of embracing, applying the technology. So you acquired the idea from Big Pen, you have adapted it, and now you are applying in your learning. And that's why that number three is very, very understandable. Acquire, adapt, and apply technology in teaching and learning activities. I am teaching, you are learning. You can use it even with your children in your schools. You are in your home, but you are
Yeah.
not going to their homes. You are teaching them when you are still in your personal room. So number four, I'm reading it. Identify and develop materials using
Yeah.
locally available resources. Try
Yeah,
that.
that's yeah, it's identify and develop materials. Like you do materials, teaching aids in the classroom, and from you develop like something from nothing. So and you make children aware, like you can make counting sticks, ice cream sticks, bottle tops, all right, and then they are all available, like anything material, anything in the environment they pick up, and you can even make them paint and make them attractive and acquire knowledge sorry, identify and develop materials using locally available resources. You don't have to go and buy as such because things are expensive, and let them know. And even I sometimes make use of my parents help. They also interact with the children, I mean sorry, they get together with the children and make things from home, and which they come and play in the classroom. So
Yes.
that's, I think that's what I'm sorry, I'm a bit off today, so, but that's what I'm saying. Identify and develop in the classroom, sorry. The
Yes.
teaching aids which you make in the classroom, not necessarily you buy from shops,
Yes.
and you can do it like from toilet rolls, for example, paint them, stick numbers on them, put sticks on them, and that's your counting thing, all right?
Yes.
Put letters on them and tell the children that these are your sounds. Make letters, like make words with it, all right?
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you very much. When you say identify, you should know exactly what you want to create. Maybe if it is, you can create from a paper, you can create maybe from grass, from leaves, from soil, from maybe you can recycle some materials. So you have to identify, and then you develop, because you have known which materials will be used. Do you have them locally? Do you have to work a little bit? Do you have to ask for favors? For example, you want counting bottle tops. You might ask a favor from a local hotel, maybe a local restaurant, and you get them. So some of them, even if we have iron sheet, we, instead of making using iron sheet to make counting bottle tops, and we know that we can get them from being very social to our neighboring hotel or restaurant. We go that way, and we like, oh, hi, how are you? I am asking, please help me with these bottle tops instead of throwing them away. So you see, that's why it's very, very key to identify before you develop, because you might be developing what is plenty available. You are wasting time that you could have used to develop something very creative, very useful. Number 5, acquire knowledge, skills, and attitudes for further education and training. Try on that. Number 5.
Yeah, yeah. Acquire knowledge skills means we have to go further, learn more, and teach them and train them, not just from books and everything. So even encourage them to learn further, to go for further education. Train children, they can just not still. Tell them to do further research. Okay, I'm not just talking about nursery, I'm even talking about primary. And tell them to acquire more knowledge, skills, teach them, and they can go for further education. I'm sorry, that's what I feel. I'm
Yes,
not very good at explaining something. Sorry, I'll apologize.
you're okay. You're doing well. In fact, you are fantastic. So when we talk about acquire knowledge, I said acquire means getting it from either somebody somewhere.
Yeah,
Maybe it is written, maybe somebody is training you, maybe you can learn on video, you can use any resource. So when we say acquire, means that you don't have it, the knowledge, you don't have it, but you are getting it from a resource. And the resource might be fellow human beings, might be machines, might be exploration. And then the skills, where do you get the skills? Remember, knowledge without skills is not practical. That's why we have to put our hands on activity, and we ensure that we are trying out whatever we know. If it's materials, we are making the materials ourselves. If it is teaching, we are teaching ourselves. If it is maybe cooking, or maybe taking children to playing games, fields, we are doing it ourselves. We have the knowledge, but if we do not have the skill to practice, it's useless. And that's why even religion tells you, without action, it's dead. So anything that you have and you do not practice it, it's nowhere to benefit anybody. And then the attitude is very important. Attitude, developing the friendly mental status that can easily accommodate changes. This is what we mean by attitude. It should be something positive. It should be your mindset. It's ready to capture. The mindset of the children is ready to understand. So let us not tell them that mathematics is difficult. Science is not easy. Maybe when you grow up, you will get other, education is not easy. When you tell them like that, they become, they get the negative attitude. But for them to further this education and training, they must have that positive attitude. And that is why the three are related. Knowledge, the skill, and the attitude. When they get the knowledge and the skills in the ECD level, they are able to get the attitude to move on to primary, secondary, and even tertiary, that is the college and university. Number 6 is develop a positive attitude towards moral and religious values. Try on that.
Yeah, it's they should learn to understand positive attitude towards moral and religious values. I think here they should learn to respect every religion and also have an attitude. Moral means every religion teaches you to be a good human being, to be, let's say, good habits, all right? Be faithful, all right? And prayers and everything. And also learn to accept other religions and towards moral and religious values. Yes, you should know what your religion requires of you and what are the values, and what are the good values. Learn to accept them. You should know what is wrong, what is right, and that's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Moral
thank you.
means have a good moral, Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, when we talk about morality, it's highly related to religious, and as they respect other religions, also they should also expect others to respect their own religion, and that's why it is not right to expose a child to a different religion that is not of the conscience of the parents and even the children themselves. So it's good when we develop the positive attitudes towards different religious values. And even when you are teaching them, don't force them to do what they feel it is against their belief. When they give even an answer, remember, even learning is a behavior. We say learning is a behavior. When you ask them some simple questions, like, for example, which day is a worship day? Look at their religious background. If a child is saying Friday because he's a Muslim, that child is right. But if another one in the same class says Sunday and is a Christian, make sure that you understand why the child says Sunday and make that child right. Because if you do not give the child that positive understanding that whatever they know, their religion is right, you will be developing a negative attitude towards either themselves or the other religions. Number 7, develop acceptable social values which underline good human relationship and use them in dealing with children and the community.
Okay. Sorry. Develop a positive attitude towards.
No, number 7,
I'm
number
sorry,
7,
I'm just getting lost.
number 7, the
Yeah,
last
number
one.
7. Yeah. Develop, develop acceptable social social values which underline good human human
Relationship.
relationship in dealing with people and community. Yeah, the children must learn to accept other communities. All right,
Yes.
and let them be social and acceptable. They must accept good values, underline good human relationship. Let them. I mean, sometimes there's bullies, and the children among themselves also they say, "Oh no, your religion is not good. Your community is like that." So no, you train them that every community is a society. It's in a society is made up of so many communities. So you must learn to embrace those communities and must learn to accept them and learn to mingle with them, and that's it. You just don't keep to your own community. Learn to mingle with all communities, learn to accept them, and develop friendship with each and every community members. That's what I say. Don't say, oh, he's an African. No, he's a European. I'm not, I'll just mingle with Asians. No, accept them, accept their values, accept, sorry, that's it.
Yes, thank you very much. Um, you have said it all, and maybe I might not add anything because that is perfect and nice. And that might call the end of our day today, although we still have number 8 to 15, but we have finished our 30 minutes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so we shall continue our next lesson on Wednesday, so that we finish on the remaining ones, and also introduce the summary of the whole unit so that we get everything intact together. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you
Thank you
for
so much.
the lesson.
I
Do you have any
I
questions?
apologize. I'll go one time. I apologize.
Pardon?
But I have some problems also, sir. I'll explain to you. I'll go to a voicemail. I have problems in expressing.
Yes.
No. That's what I'm telling you. I don't have any